So lovely to have you chatting to me today, Olivia.
I'm really excited to chat and share everything, with everybody.
Fab. So you'd reached out to me, hadn't you, a little while ago now, saying that you would love to kind of jump on a video with me and chat about Coaching Club, which you're part of. You're actually now also part of my Master Your Mindset tribe, but specifically today we're going to chat about Coaching Club because I know it's a place. You'll hear me say it time and time again that is so special to me. It's so close to my heart. It's a really kind of unique and wonderful space to be part of, and I know that you feel the same, and so we just thought it'd be a good idea to get not just me talking about Coaching Club and how great it is, but also to get people like you, people who are actual members of it, one of the founding members, to be able to talk about what Coaching Club is and how it's supported you and still supports you along your coaching journey. So do you mind just telling people kind of briefly about you? Obviously you're a coach, that's part of what being in part of Coaching Club is, but just tell us a little bit about you if you don't mind.
So a bit about me. So I qualified with the Coaching Academy about 14 months ago, and had all the support there at the time, and I was on a great journey, and then sort of I froze. Basically, I got a little bit stuck. I wanted to grow my coaching business, didn't really know how to. I didn't have the clarity and probably didn't have the confidence. And so that's just a little bit about me. I'm a mum of 3. I'm passionate about coaching. I'm passionate about coaching women in the corporate sector who want to push through into that next level within their career within the corporate sector.
Right. So as well as your coaching business, you've got a lot of other stuff going on as well, haven't you? You've got, a family. I know you've got other kind of businesses that you're involved in and other things that you do. But obviously, you can immediately tell that coaching is one of those things that really lights you up. You're really passionate about. And so we first met quite a while ago now, didn't we? And we initially met and did some one-to-one work together, didn't we? I was kind of mentoring you in a number of sessions, which was amazing. And then I think we kind of went our separate ways for a while and did our separate things. And then when the idea of Coaching Club came up, you were one of the first people to jump in and go, yes, let's do that. Amazing. Yeah. So what do you feel like people need to know about Coaching Club?
And I'll talk from my heart because that's who I am. I'm just honest and open. And I think what people need to know about Coaching Club is there's a lot of noise out there in terms of where to go and what next steps to do with your coaching business. And I was thinking about this is what makes Coaching Club different to other areas. And it's unique because it's all about running your own business in your own way and having that confidence and the support and the network and the community within Coaching Club to really follow your own path and your own dream with your coaching business, as opposed to some other options out there. It's about telling you what to do. And as we know with coaching, that's not always the most effective way to empower and take the actions and steps that you want to take.
Yeah, actually, you saying that is just bringing something else up for me, in that I love that's how you feel about it, because that's very much my kind of my ethos around it. That's exactly how I feel about it. And obviously most of the things I talk about are about you choosing to be you.
Yes.
And do the things that light you up and you want to do. So I give lots of different kind of options and ways of looking at it, but it really is about you. And actually what you just said there about the fact that as coaches, we know that that's the power, right? The power is in not saying do this, but in facilitating you to work out who you are, what you love, what you're good at, and make the choice that you want to make. And I think that is probably where Coaching Club is different to lots of other kind of programs and memberships that certainly I've been a part of and still a part of in the past, where in order to support people, there sometimes can be, you know, almost people feel the need to be able to say, this is how you do it, I'll just give you this one thing. And of course, that's amazingly helpful to get really focused on, this is the method, do this, this will work.
Yes.
You know, super helpful to get that focused. But ultimately, I was always coming out of those programs, I still do them sometimes and still come out of them going, hang on, that was really useful. I learned a lot, because I will always choose to learn a lot from everything that, you know, that I invest in, not just, you know, financially, but with my time, with my energy. But ultimately, I'd kind of come away and go, I haven't ended up carrying on with this one method or strategy they've taught me.
Yeah.
And always questioning and saying, why is that? Like, why is that? And it is because, for me, the real key of creating a business that is successful is around a business that I love.
Yes.
That to me is success, right? A business I love within a life I love, that is success. And therefore it has to be something that I love.
Yes.
So it has to be about me and what I love. And so I love that absolutely is the core message that, that, you know, comes across to you.
And I think two words that are coming up, and it's aligned to who we are, because in order to have that business that we love and to take it in the direction, it's got to be aligned with our core values as well. And that for me is the difference with Coaching Club, is it enables and supports and motivates and inspires us to take that aligned action in the direction that we want to go in, as opposed to, like you said, being told to do X, Y, and Z, which sort of contradicts what coaching is.
Yeah.
And it's also this word of sustainability. When you're an entrepreneur or you're owning your own business, you know, burnout and things like that can come to light. And it's about having that passion and knowing your own path to have that business for the long term, not just have this quick win and then just sort of collapse in a pile afterwards and just go, right, what am I doing next? It's having those empowered tools to continue to grow that business for the future, to add value to your clients, or, you know, what you want to do in the future as well.
Yeah, I love that. I think, you know, a real key for me, which I know comes across in Coaching Club, but it comes across in everything I do, is that for me, the mindset stuff really is first. And so, you know, I now kind of refer to myself as a mindset and strategy coach, because yes, of course, there's some strategy stuff that goes on. Like, we're having after we're recording this video, we're about to hop onto one of our Coaching Club masterclasses where it is about strategy stuff, but it's strategy stuff saying, here are all the options. Here are the deep questions to kind of think about, to see which ones might work for you. Here are all the ones that I have tried, and I lay everything, you know, completely transparent on the table as to what I've done, what's worked for me, what hasn't, and ultimately then supporting people in finding their own kind of path in it. So the strategy stuff, of course, is important, and we need a bit of that, and we do a lot of that within Coaching Club in different areas. The one this afternoon is around enticing your dream clients. But the mindset stuff is always the real key stuff, isn't it? That's the stuff, that the thread that runs through all of it. So even in that masterclass this afternoon that I've planned, there's a hell of a lot of mindset stuff running through it. And that's where we then have, as well as the masterclass sessions, we have the deep dive sessions. Do you mind, just rather than me sharing from my perspective, can you kind of share from your perspective what a deep dive session kind of does and what it is?
So the deep dive session is when somebody within Coaching Club might you know, drop you an email and say, you know, I'd like to go for a deep dive on this, and use support and go through a coaching tool or process with that person to help shift the mindset around a particular challenge, whether that's money mindset or whatever challenge they're having within their business at the time. I think I absolutely love the deep dives for a couple of reasons, because we are able then to see what other coaches are going through and realize that, you know, maybe we're not alone in what's going on in our own mindset. By watching you facilitate the deep dive with somebody within the group, the personal mindset shifts are phenomenal. And then we're also learning and growing as coaches by watching how you coach and actually growing in our toolkit as well.
Yeah.
And seeing the transformational results and the wow moments, not only from the member of the coaching club, which is doing the deep dive, but the wow moments from the whole group are just absolutely incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I love that. And again, that was a really important element for me. You know, some people watching this won't know how Coaching Club was actually started. It was created from this kind of in a really kind of genuine, natural way, in that it actually started with me commenting on a post in a Facebook group where someone had asked a specific question around group coaching, what that might look like. Then from the comment I wrote, because it ended up being so long, I thought this might be useful for more than just this person. So I posted it as a post in the group. And from that, just got loads of engagement, ended up jumping on a Zoom with lots of people and just kind of chatting through my experiences of group coaching, my experiences of moving from starting my business with one-to-one into group coaching, then what group coaching kind of looks like in terms of my experiences of it. And after that, having so many people messaging and reaching out to me saying, oh my gosh, can you mentor me? Can I work with you? And realizing I couldn't do it all one-to-one. Yes. And actually, you know, why not put the feelers out there and say, if I were to create something where it was a group of us, where it was a membership, so, you know, yes, you can join for a year, but if you only want to just join for a month and then leave, then it's, you know, absolutely fine. And so it is something where people don't have to give that big outlay that often coaching is. Really powerful to invest that big outlay, but sometimes for some people at this point it's just not where they're at. So the group coaching was a big part of it. So I wanted to make sure that whatever I created wasn't just about, you know, lots of like masterclasses. It wasn't just me sharing my knowledge. It was absolutely about doing the deep coaching as well, and kind of demonstrating the group coaching. I know lots of Coaching Club members, as well as doing the one-to-one, they're really keen to start groups, or already are starting or have started groups. And so being able to see how group coaching can potentially look, I think is a key part of it as well.
Absolutely. And seeing how it looks, but also experiencing the power of group coaching. Because in all honesty, before I joined Coaching Club, the group coaching, I was like, well, how can that work? Right. You know, so I can really feel and experience it. And now that's given me, that's formulated part of my vision. And it's given me the confidence to know that's part of the future of my coaching business. Because I've sat there and I've walked the walk and experienced it.
Yeah, completely. And then the other element that we've recently added, so we had our first session. Were you at the first session, the mastermind one?
No, I couldn't make the first session.
So that one basically we kind of recently added that as a mastermind session, as an additional thing that everyone's getting in the month. So they've got their masterclass every month, they've got their deep dive session every month, which are live. Then we do a Facebook Live goal setting every month. We do a Facebook Live, we call it a Just Ask. So you guys can ask me anything, and, you know, full transparency. I mean, we always have access to that in the Facebook group anyway, which is extremely active and engaged group, which I love. It's one of my favorite places to hang out on Facebook. But the mastermind session was a new one where I was just really realizing the amazing skills we had in our members, and the way that they support each other. And you know, we all support each other in the Facebook community, but thinking if we could also have an element of doing this live, how powerful that would be. And so the mastermind sessions are basically again, a Coaching Club member bringing something that they're struggling with, or a question that they've got, you know, a challenge, whatever it is, or even just a really deep insight that they want to share. And then rather than me being the one kind of jumping in and coaching and supporting around it, like opening it up to the group and having the whole kind of group there live, being able to support and do that. And so we had our first one of that the other week, which was really powerful to be able to utilize everybody's skills. I mean, you know, we've got access, we've got like coaches on tap, haven't we? We've got like full access to all these amazing coaches with all these different skills. And so you know, really utilizing that is great. And it's also a really good way. I think in the first session, it was so lovely to see that pretty much everybody stepped up to support Everybody Live. Pretty much everybody at one point raised their hand to ask that person a question, or to give a bit of an insight themselves, or to give a suggestion of something that they'd tried. And so that in and of itself is another way of developing our skills, continuing to develop our skills by getting practice, supporting, coaching, mentoring other people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think what's brilliant about Coaching Club is the different formats, and also the fact that things are recorded, so you know, if you can't make them live, then you can see, you know, and the different ways that you can access all the elements of Coaching Club as well, I think is really, really powerful.
Yeah. And so obviously when you joined, a lot of the members first joined as founding members, it was literally complete clean slate. We started right then, you know, having the sessions, filming, whatever. Now actually in the members portal, there are, you know, numerous masterclasses, deep dives. I do lots of little mini masterclasses when there's a key question. I think, oh, I could jump on and film a video about this. Resources. There's now actually for people, as soon as they join Coaching Club now, they're getting access to a backlog of loads of really powerful resources, as well as being able to jump on those live sessions. So almost like each month it kind of continues. There's just more and more and more to be able to access for people.
Yeah. And I think one of the other really, really powerful things is the like-minded people in the group, and the inspiration and the motivation that creates. So it's not about comparisonitis, because as we all know, that's not helpful. It's about, you know, seeing the ideas they're coming up with, and then jumping back in our lane, and then thinking, oh, you know, I think I could do that. You know, if I honestly said 6 months ago, would I be able to do, or did I feel I could do group coaching and run workshops? No, you know, the vision wasn't there, the clarity wasn't there. Absolutely, now I know I can do that.
Yeah, and I like that, you know, being able to see that in all of you guys, like being able to see there's definitely times, like being completely open about it, where the comparisonitis does come up, right? And sometimes things that I say or do, things that you guys say or do will trigger, you know, something inside us or inside other people around, oh my God, they're doing that amazing thing. What am I doing? And sometimes it, you know, it is like hitting on a trigger point. But as you know, one of my key things I will always say is find the gold in the trigger. Like actually those things that trigger us, those things that kind of bring up a bit of the comparison, are often the places for us to really kind of look. And so that mixture of having that kind of, you know, sometimes feeling a bit triggered, sometimes having that challenge there is really important, but having the absolute championing and the community and, you know, all of that around it, I think, you know, it's really key, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And the championing is, you know, I don't know, I feel like I want to draw a deep breath on that. I've supported a member within Coaching Club, not on the Facebook group, but over the last 3 days, she was doing a workshop today, and I supported her via Messenger and champion. You know, we spoke on Sunday. There was a big wobble going on. She delivered it this morning, and it's that support and knowing that you've got that community to to champion you, to pull off the amazing ideas that you've got, you know. And it's just phenomenal to be able to support people, but then also know that when I'm doing my workshop or launching my group program, I'm going to have that support around me as well. And that is just, when you're an entrepreneur or you're working in your own business, knowing you've got access to draw on people, if you're having a wobble, that there'll be a team behind you to just help push you through and make that happen, is incredibly powerful.
It really has become a group of like amazing friends, hasn't it?
Yes,
it's not just a group of, you know, of kind of peers, or a group of, you know, people kind of working on something, it really is like friendships. Like there are now, and I love this, you know, other coaching club members literally are like creating their own like coaching club social like nights and whatever, where everyone's jumping on Zoom, which at the moment is something that's kind of needed with the craziness going on in the world. And so it's just so lovely seeing that, and people collaborating with each other and, you know, supporting each other outside of the kind of, you know, what we're doing in coaching club is just such a wonderful thing to kind of see. So, you know, the power of that deep mindset work with the strategy, but with the kind of, you know, authentic strategy, you guys getting to look at all the different angles of potential strategies and then choose what's authentic to you. And then that really beautiful community, you know, for me is what coaching club is all about, right?
Exactly. And it just brings together this element of confidence, and in fact, you know, this element of confidence and personal empowerment to just keep going along our journey to enable us to help and support our clients in the way that feels right to us.
And you know, so, you know, for me and for anybody kind of watching and thinking about coaching club, considering it, doors are open at the moment, but we've got limited spaces because, as you can probably tell, it's a place that we're all really passionate about. It's not just me, like we're all we love it as a space. We really have created amazing friendships in there. And so for me, this isn't about creating something with hundreds and thousands of people in, which potentially a membership model, that's kind of, you know, often the idea of it. For me and for all of us in coaching club, we want to be able to continue to have that beautiful community. And so, you know, I'm not doing Facebook ads to get people in. I'm not doing all of those things that I could do to just get anybody in. This really is about it being for the people who it really speaks to. So if what Olivia and I have chatted about in terms of coaching club or anything else, you know, that I've talked about or shown you or other people have said about coaching club does feel like it could be right for you listening right now, then reach out to me, drop me a message so that I can give you more information, ask any questions you've got, because it seriously is a special space with limited places before I say we're closing doors again, because, you know, we want to keep that community kind of, you know, tight knit. So reach out now and drop me a message and I'll give you all the details. It's been so lovely to chat to you, Olivia. You know, we all love chatting about coaching club, and I'm looking forward in half an hour's time we'll get to jump on and do a masterclass together. So
brilliant. I look forward to it.
Take care. See you, my love.
Bye bye.